Okay, hold it there for a second. I'll just ask you to do the exact same thing you did.
Okay.
All right, go again.
Well, you certainly taken
And
advantage
back up.
of it. Started on YouTube
Good.
right before the financial crisis, and
Stories that we were in peak earnings season. How many stories are we writing a day?
AP is partnered with Automated Insights to produce earnings stories. And essentially what Automated Insights does is it uses software to take data that would normally go into an earnings story that a person would manually write and actually have a computer write it.
Really believed and understood what the internet was, and I love how he took that money and reinvested it into
So you can enjoy that second home sooner.
Every quarter, AP editors take a look at all of the companies in our coverage areas and decide which companies we think we'll need to do more on. A lot of those companies are going to be the ones you would expect, like Google and Apple and General Motors, you know, the biggest companies in the United States and across the world. There is a human part of this where we get our data from Zach's investment research, and so there are a few times when data might be inputted incorrectly, but that tends to be the only time that we have errors. We typically don't have errors because of the automated part of what is going on.
And can you scroll the page again for me, please?
Oh, sure.
And back up.
I actually had a meeting with a pretty large newspaper company, and they said this was before automation that they understood that we didn't have, you know, the staffing to do all the earnings in their area, but they sure would like it. Well, now we're doing a lot more earnings in their area. We're definitely able to spend more time working on breaking news, investigative work, and doing more nuanced stories, things that go into more detail. You know, one example that I really liked this quarter was with Apple earnings. We had the automated story out there that really got just the basics out, and then our reporter Brandon Bailey was able to go into a more nuanced, detailed story on iPhone sales. And so we were able to offer members the basics and then a more detailed story about what everybody wants to know about is the sale of iPhones.
Scroll on the page for me. There you go. Keep going. Good.
I've seen stories hit the wire from within a minute of the press release being out, and sometimes it can take longer. On average, we're looking at probably somewhere between 6 and 10 minutes. I think they're receiving it well. It's freed up quite a bit of time. People have a lot more time to work on enterprise work and more meaningful stories. AP is looking at expanding automation into a lot of areas. Sports is next up. We're looking at doing more work in business, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of automation going on across AP and across the industry.
Upgrade to 300 meg internet. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
I was at the gym twice a day, and it just was a part of my body that wasn't going to change.
Using YouTube as a place for me to upload my content because
Yeah,
that's
anything
where a lot
you-
of site and also globally. Asia is a market that I'm very interested in. I was in
Journalism today is still very, very inefficient. All you have to do is look at Google News and see any given story today, and you'll see 1,400, 1,500 versions of the same story. That's tremendously wasteful. You see newspapers rewriting the Associated Press so they can say they wrote it. That's wasteful.
Brown is CEO of Ritholtz Wealth Management. John and Pete Najarian, as you know, are the co-founders of Option Monster.
If we can take the commodity news, the stuff that's obvious and known, and get that done fairly easily, then we can devote our real value in journalism, which is reporting, to real news. And I think that making news more efficient in the commodity end and getting more original reporting is exactly what we should be trying to do in journalism.
Yep.
Can jobs be lost because of this? Well, if they are, they're probably jobs that were being wasted on commodified news anyway.
What do you mean there's nothing under the hood? And it's been using wind?